way closer of a game than I thought it was going to be, so I really, really enjoyed it. And the IO plays were legendary. I loved them.
What are you looking forward to most today?
Watching Team Secret play would be amazing, and I really like the support that EG is getting. It really adds more hype to the game. So definitely the 2 upper bracket best of 3s.
They're going to be good. I have a feeling the whole week is going to continue the way it was yesterday, which is really good game.
Yeah, I hope so. Honestly, it's been amazing here so far.
Are you trying to do an escalator back there, or a boat, or what is that?
Okay, nice. There we go.
You don't know what's in store, but you know what you're here for.
I was gonna say something mean, but that was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You kind of look like George Michael too.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Do you know who that is?
No, he's a singer.
I am so old.
What was that?
Isn't he the Raptor trainer guy?
The Raptor trainer.
Oh, that's...
Raptors are real.
They are.
Yeah,
If
they
you
are.
believe hard enough, they're like fairies, right?
No, they used to be real.
Can you sing us something Dota themed?
Do your best axe impression.
Okay.
Spin,
You
right?
want to do a freestyle rap? Are we doing this?
No,
Come on. No, come on.
Only sing, no freestyle rap. No freestyle rap.
All right, well then sing us something.
What do you want?
You got to sing on. Come here.
Here we go.
Come on.
We are never, ever, ever going to lane together.
Thank you, Period Flag.
That was pretty good. That was good. A little Taylor Swift. A little Taylor Swift. Could we get some applause for the people who were entertaining you just now? Thank you very much. All right, so things are getting crazy out here. I'm going to send it back to the desk where things, I believe, except for the fact that none of you are wearing pants, are a little bit calmer.
Really? Really now? Wow.
No? Is that
We don't have any pants on over here, no. That's why you only see the top half of us. Thank you, Casey, very much. Very entertaining as ever down there on the concourse, and also all of the fans as well getting involved. Never, ever, ever lane together. Love it.
That was a great one.
Yeah, it was really good.
I can actually tell among us who is not ever going to lane together.
Right, I'll get my jacket now. Yeah, I'll get stuck with Seb, no doubt. I'll have to carry Seb through a lane.
You're going to be the carry on the lane.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to support you.
I thought you were going to be nice to Seb. What happened?
Oh, yeah, sorry, no. Today was nice day, right?
So you're
Tomorrow's
supporting
back to... Yeah, I'll be your support, yeah.
It's an odd day.
Yeah, it's an odd day?
Yeah.
We're fine then, we're good today.
Okay.
Yeah. I give you a pass on predictions as well.
Thank you.
So we're all good.
So far, I've been
You've been 100%
on point, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Every
You've
game
been
I
brilliant.
predicted.
Yeah,
happened.
so far today, everything you've predicted has come true, and it's been 100% correct. You've been fantastic today, Seb.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is it too much, or do you want me to back off a bit?
Honestly, it feels pretty good.
Okay, all right, good.
It's enough.
Generally, the fans here are awesome.
Yeah.
They've got so many different talents as well. I mean, you know, I actually thought Casey was getting interviewed herself on the concourse. When we went down there, I mean, you know, she had the axes and she's getting, and then there's questions coming back from the audience. This is brilliant. I love this. This is fantastic. Let's just recap the brackets as well where we are today, because we do have a lot of matches to get through. We are just waiting for EG Complexity to get back underway. And as you can see, LGD CDEC through to the semi-finals of the upper bracket from yesterday. Empire and Cloud9, of course, put down into the lower bracket. Today we focus on Evil Geniuses versus Complexity Gaming and Team Secret versus eHome. First time we're going to see Team Secret as well today, in the main event, that is. Of course, they had the group stage last week. Let's talk a little bit about that match and do a little bit of an advanced preview, as it were, between those two as we go through the lower bracket as well on screen right now. Yesterday, Empire dropping down. They'll play MVP Phoenix. Cloud9 dropping down to play Vici Gaming, who knocked out former winners Navi and Virtus Pro and Invictus Gaming are the last two teams to go into the bottom half of the bracket. They'll, of course, wait for the two matches to finish today in the upper bracket before we figure out who they're playing. But we will look forward to the Secret versus eHome game. First time we get a chance to see Secret in the arena and playing in the main event. There's been so much hype. I don't think it would matter whether you knew what Dota 2 was. You'd probably know that Team Secret are pretty good at the game because there's been so much written about them over the last 3 months.
I think he said his girlfriend actually started cheering for Team Secret. And
Really?
and she has no idea what
Dota. And I was like, "Are you coming?
That's brilliant.
You want to, because she was there like the whole day yesterday, and she was like, "I'm gonna come watch Team Secret, of course." I'm like, "What do you mean, of course?" So the hype is real around Team Secret.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Yeah, it's been very widespread. I know, friends in other games have all been talking about Secret this, Secret that, Secret. What is it that makes them such a fantastic team? I know individually they're fantastic, but what is it that makes them such a successful team? Who wants to take on that one?
They're legends. I mean, I know I've said it yesterday, but they are actually, like, you have Poppy, you have S4, you have RTZ, you have Zai, you have Kuroki. Like, is there one player you can't really, is there one player you can forget to mention? Like, all of them. But I'm really looking forward to see. I think if I had to pick two favorites for winning 2 TIs, it would be Poppy and S4, both of them. So, and they're in the same team, which makes it easier for me to predict.
Yes.
So,
does make it much easier. Yeah. Well, we've talked about the whole trying to do a double and win another championship, obviously, at the International. So that, I think, is a strong possibility this year with the players that we've got left and the teams that they're in as well. So other than that, Arteezy, what can you say about the man? He's outspoken. He does say what he thinks.
Yep.
But at the same time, he might just be the brightest star in the game as well.
I think the way he plays the carry speaks for itself. He's like one of the best at the current meta. He's very efficient. He participates a lot. He pressures a lot. And he knows his limits most of the time. So he's been making so many plays that normally you wouldn't see it from a carry because he's just that confident and he knows his limitations very well.
In a sporting angle, there aren't many large icons that can kind of compete with the likes of, thinking down the years, Michael Jordan, for instance, any of the big basketball stars. Kobe Bryant would spring to mind as well as being one of those legendary players. We're starting to form those seeds within Dota 2 now of those kind of players. I can't remember where the quote comes from, but someone told me that within 3 years, Arteezy will be worth more than $40 million. And I'm inclined to agree with them. I really am, because he could actually be the superstar of Dota 2. Any disagreement?
He was considered as one of the best, if not the best, mid laner. And now he's playing carry. He's probably one of the best carry in the tournament. I mean, what can you ask for that guy? He is insanely good, and he's more mature right now. I've seen an interview recently from him, and because back in the days he was a bit, willing to fight. He was very like this, a bit too fast at taking decisions. But now he matured a lot more. He's very calm when it comes to the games, and it makes him even more scary to play against.
Well, you can see Evil Geniuses are returning to their booth, which is good news for us, good news for you at home, good news for you here at the Key Arena. And their opponents will be joining them very shortly from Complexity Gaming as well. Chance for them to have had their break and get back into there. Obviously, we're not had an update just yet on the issues, but hopefully we will fairly soon. Those guys are going to get themselves settled in there. We'll continue to talk about them. And Secret as well. Interesting, of course, that Arteezy's got that link with his old teammates. We heard PPD talking about that earlier on. I get the sense that he obviously wasn't very happy, because it's sort of like, it feels like you've been betrayed when you lose a couple of teammates, especially when you've put so much faith in each other in that 5. But sometimes it's better for you. Sometimes it works out better. They would never have found Sumail, for instance, and brought him into the team. So maybe things are okay now.
Yeah, I mean, as he said early, they're friends, but when it comes to actually playing against each other, they definitely want to beat each other even more. Yeah. I think there's definitely going to be some salt when you stick together and want to go the entire year and then things don't end up working. It's hard to argue which is better, to change the team or to keep trying, because if it doesn't work at all and you feel that it's not going to work, then sometimes you can just get completely stuck if you don't change.
Yeah, because it's a team game, so every decision you make, you leave a team, you go towards another direction, it's affecting everyone else. It's not only just you. So it affects everyone.
Yeah, it's very difficult, isn't it, to change over. But how do you feel that EG have done that with the loss of Arteezy? How do you feel they've actually transitioned?
I think they transitioned really well. They found Aoi and Sumail, which are great replacements towards end. They play very similar in the sense that they are very aggressive and they fit the void really well.
Yeah, so seem to have settled down. Tournament result-wise as well, I mean, couldn't have asked for any more from the new boys in EG, could you?
No, not really. I mean, they're really, really strong players. Every individual on EG and Secret, we're talking about 2 extreme top teams. The 2 teams that people from the West would mention as favorites going into TI. So, of course, losing Arteezy, maybe that was a big thing for him. But they have created a new team that is really strong as well. I think EG are definitely confident.
Yeah, flip this question on its head a little bit. Had Arteezy stayed in EG, would Secret still be favourites for the international right now? Or would EG?
I actually think they would have kept finding new players until they found something that worked. Question is, how many of those players are there out there?
Yeah.
So that's such a hard question to answer. I think no, but they rotated a lot before they knew what was going to work for them.
We might not see like the rivalry between EG and Secret if that actually didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So who knows?
Always good to see those popping up. Makes it easier for us to enjoy the games and split our allegiances as well. eHome, though, we've talked a lot about China. Did fantastically well on day one, of course, with two of their teams going through to the semi-final of the upper and a team going through the lower as well. So where do you put eHome in all of this? Because, the legendary name says it all. We know what they did in TI1, but haven't really seen much from them in the last couple of years. Reformed at the start of this year, and they've changed players since then as well already, which doesn't bode well, does it, heading into the international?
I just feel like people tend to forget Lanham. To me, it's one of the best players out there. It's always been. He's exceptionally good at, he's super experienced. He's been captaining teams. He's been not captaining, and switching from captaining to just being one of the other players is not that easy. It requires a lot of, I'd say, human skills. So I'm very impressed and doing well with. Obviously, if you switch role and you do awful, then it's different. But he's played many different roles. He's played solo mid for Rattlesnakes. It was for TI3, if I'm not mistaken.
That was 2.
Yeah,
TI2.
TI3, they knock us out.
Oh.
The debate is still here. I remember that. But I mean, he's very experienced, and now he's a support player now, and he's obviously doing super well. Him and RTK, they have the experience they need, to share with the others. The more mechanically, the more young talents.
I like CTY a lot. I mean, people used to make fun of him a lot. It's like win the lane, lose the game. And that used to be like what CTY would do almost every time. And RTZ and CTY were widely regarded as the players that could just win their lane.
And they were two of the guys that, a bit like we talk about Sumail now, they were the two that were the upcoming brightest stars of Dota 2. Interesting how their paths have gone almost completely different directions.
There's like a lot of similarities between CTY and Sumail, where they are starting to do really well when there's guidance. Like CTY has RTK and Sumail has Fear. So I think that plays a huge role in their development as a player.
Yeah, it gives them the things that they weren't able to learn whilst playing the game and practicing the game almost as a solo player.
Yeah.
Really.
It's like refining their raw talent.
Yeah. How do we find more of them?
I don't know. Next best guy. It's really difficult. I saw RTZ actually when he was before EG, and there was like some buzz about him, and I actually scrimmed against him a couple of times, but it's really difficult to identify young talent like that. But he really had the drive, and he had just so much raw talent. It was actually incredible. And PPD, I think, was actually the one that found him and refined him. So PPD seems to have a knack for this.
Seb, you've looked at a lot of players in the French scene, particularly. How do you go about what's the process for you? Hold on. Apparently, I've got a throw somewhere, but I didn't quite catch it. So hopefully I'll get that back. But go ahead and say what you were going to say.
I'd rather watch some Dota.
You want to watch some Dota?
I'm too excited for that game.
I want to watch some Dota as well. Let's head back to Toby.
Once again, breath is put into the game of Dota 2 as we go for complexity against evil geniuses. Game number 1, the first game of today, Sin. The first game of today.
It's been a very long game. 28 minutes and 40 seconds so far.
To give a recap in 30 seconds, Complexity came out, they played amazing, their rotations were amazing, they managed to come through, take out tier 1, tier 2 towers, they then tripped over a shoelace going into the